Hey guys, this is Chief Captain Cole and I'm here to do the unboxing of two Delta models which celebrate their 100-year anniversary. Now Delta actually celebrated their Centennial last year during 2025, but I didn't get a chance to get these two models till this year, so that's why I am doing an unboxing of their 100-year anniversary stuff now. Anyway, I got these at the Airliners International 2026 convention out in Denver last month, and yeah, I think these are two very nice looking models. The boxes are definitely a good looking box. Obviously they're not the generic Gemini jets design. These are by Gemini jets, by the way, but yeah, I'll get into it. Now before I unbox these, I want to give a bit of historical background about Delta Airlines. Delta was founded in 1925 as Huff Dowling Dusters, which at the time of its founding was the first aerial crop dusting company, and also at the time had the largest privately owned aircraft fleet in the United States. In 1928, C.E. Woolman bought the company and renamed it the Delta Air Service after the Mississippi River Delta, which at the time was the area that this airline served. In 1929, they operated their first commercial passenger flights between Dallas, Texas and Jackson, Mississippi via Shreveport and Monroe, Louisiana. In 1930, the airline was renamed again to Delta Air Corporation, and in 1945, Delta Air Corporation became Delta Airlines. Since then, Delta has become one of the biggest airlines in the United States, serving a number of destinations around the world from there. And with all that being said, I'm going to get into the unboxing now. I'm going to start with the A321neo here and save the big old A350 for last. So as I mentioned, this is not your typical Gemini Jets box. On the front you have "We'll Never Stop Climbing" along with the aircraft, the Airbus A321neo titles, and the 100-year logo for Delta. Lifting up the flap here, normally you get a little bit of an aircraft bio up here, but this one is actually kind of interesting because you get the bio, but specifically for Delta, which is pretty cool. You guys can go ahead and pause that and read that if you'd like. You have the information about the A321neo, and you have the model here. And then your sides are basically typical Gemini Jet sides here. And then on the back, you have a little bit of stuff, another bit about Delta here. Delta 100 years, will never stop climbing. As we celebrate our 100-year anniversary, Delta is proud to keep climbing in our continued quest for global excellence. Likewise, our Centennial livery was designed to simply and elegantly reflect our strength in service and innovation. Wrapped in silver and blue, the fuselage mirrors the expanse of the skies we soar and the limitless possibilities for our next 100 years. And then you have the copyright insignia down here. And as I unbox this aircraft here, if you guys haven't already and enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button and press subscribe. I'm just getting started with YouTube taking it kind of seriously. I'm gonna start posting a lot more. So if you guys want to see more of this stuff and a bunch of other stuff, go ahead and subscribe. Oh my god, this thing is so hard to take off, which is surprising because you see these little like things on here. I'm pretty sure Gemini did that in order to make it easier to open the box, because before you didn't have these, so it was like an airtight seal on the plastic, so it was very hard to open some planes. I guess it could still be hard to open these because they're newer. This one's probably newer anyway. Yeah. And here we have the A321neo in its plastic here. I'll go ahead and take that out. And here we go. Starting up at the front here, you have the L1 door and the Delta logo, along with the 100 years title there, going back to the emergency exits, and further on back to the L3 and 4 doors here. You have the tail, which is in that silver and blue color, which is what they chose for the 100 years livery. These things are powered by two Pratt & Whitney 1133G engines. And then here's the front view here. of the cockpit windows. You have a little bit of that eyeliner on here, which is what you get on the A350 as well, which is definitely kind of cool. And then here's the other side of the aircraft with the R1 going down to the back. And the registration on this aircraft is November 589 Delta Tango. Now, before I actually go into the actual livery itself, I do want to unbox the A350. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll get back to talking about what makes this livery so special. Basically the same box you have for the A350 all around, sides, back, and all. Only difference would be the bio for the aircraft and its role in Delta. Now, this plane usually does all of Delta's long haul routes, so basically routes like from Salt Lake to Seoul to Detroit, Detroit to London, stuff like that. And here you have the beautiful A350-900 in the Delta Centennial livery. Starting up at the front here, you have the cockpit windows, which wears the iconic A350 eyeliner. You do actually get a SkyTeam logo on the A350. I did not see one on the Neo. And then going back, you have the L1 and Delta's logo, 100 years, L2. You have the beautiful large engines, which are Rolls-Royce Trent XWBs. Going back, you have the large wings of the A350, and you have the winglets on here, which again bears that silver Delta logo. And going back further, you have the L3 and 4 doors, along with that beautiful large tail. The registration on this plane is November 527 Delta November. And here's both of these beautiful models side by side here. As you can see, you have with this livery, you have that silver streak kind of wrapping around the aircraft along with the blue on both of these models. Kind of that blue and silver vibe here. As we saw with that little text on the back of both of these boxes, this is what they chose to go with to kind of symbolize the skies that Delta flies in and their commitment to them for the next 100 years. Also, on the underside of both of these models and every single Delta aircraft, you have the Delta titles along the bottom. And again, you have Delta on the bottom of the A321neo as well. It's kind of cut off by the stand hole, but still pretty cool. Now, to talk a little bit about Delta Centennial itself, both of these aircraft were revealed in a Centennial Gala in March of 2025 at the Delta Flight Museum. Also, U.S. lawmakers introduced a bipartisan congressional resolution honoring Delta Centennial, both in the House and Senate, reflecting Delta's economic significance in the country as well as in Georgia. As we all know, Delta is headquartered in Atlanta. And it's pretty cool, I think, to have these because Delta basically was the beginning of a time where we're going to be celebrating a lot of Centennials. Obviously, last year we had Delta. This year we had United and American have their Centennials overlap. And in a few years' time, we will actually have Hawaiian Centennial. And then after that, in, I believe, 2032 is Alaska. So a very exciting time in American aviation as all of our airlines that we know and love are celebrating their Centennials. Anyways, guys, this is going to do it for this video. Hope you liked this video. Definitely enjoyed showing off these two beautiful liveries celebrating the Centennial of Delta. I'll be back in the future with more unboxings, but for now, this is Chief Captain Cole. I'm out.